Hello, my beautiful Taurus, and welcome to your general reading. This is just a general reading, so please do take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, if you haven't had a chance to check out your other readings on my channel, please do so. If you do enjoy these readings though, please do like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, all that other great stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. Helps me to grow my channel, it means a lot to me, and it's completely free to subscribe, costs you nothing. So without further ado, we will go ahead and use this deck to get a past, present, and future card. We will go ahead and use a typical tarot deck here for your challenge card, 3 different oracle decks to elaborate and clarify, and then we'll go ahead and get 3 cards from the typical tarot deck to give some advice from spirit for the collective kind of going forward, so to elaborate a little bit more. So let's go ahead and see what we're working with this week. And going forward, do remember that time is fluid in tarot, so you may already be past a certain point into the present, or you may already still be kind of working on the past part there, depending on how fast you move with things. But we do have the Wheel of Fortune here, so I feel like for a lot of you, you guys have started to kind of come into your own, and I'm seeing a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. Of course, that's been a big concept, a big construct this year. You know, we have seen a lot of shifting in energies and dynamics, you know, Pluto shifting into Aquarius, different things like that. We have some big super moons. We've had, we're gonna see a solar eclipse this month in April, sorry, but it is a big change. So we're seeing a lot of movement, right? So, and we have complete, you know, alignment this month. So we're seeing a lot going on, right? So I do think that people are making big changes to kind of start coming back into balance, right? So things that maybe you normally wouldn't have done, maybe you've been really kind of complacent, let's say. I don't want to say like bored, boring, doing the same old thing, beating your head against a wall. Maybe you would call it that for some of you for a long time now. I think for a lot of you, you're starting to kind of really start to turn that wheel of fortune, right? You're turning it on its edge a little bit. So maybe you're starting to think outside the box. This doesn't necessarily have to be like actual action per se yet, but I do feel like you are starting to really kind of, you know, think about what it is you want, right? So maybe this relationship that you've been in, it's just not serving anymore. Maybe at one time it was great, but now it's just not. Or, you know, you've grown out of that. It's no longer serving you, right? This job, you know, it was fine at a time. It was okay at a place, but now you want more, right? Or you want totally different. Maybe you're like, I don't even want to be in this field anymore, you know, or I want to try something completely new. I want to start my own business. I want to do something totally different, you know. I want to really push the boundaries. And I think that's what this Wheel of Fortune is about. It's allowing you to really try to push the boundaries, right? Take what you've got and push your boundaries. And I think that's really what you're working on, cognitively at least, if not, you know, in practice. So I think that's where you've been, and you really have started to kind of draft those ideas in your mind. And I'm thinking that for many of you, this has kind of been in the back of your mind for quite a while, months, if not years. But for the majority of you, it's gotten to a point now where you are like at that point, like start to make this an actual, right? Like start to put in for those jobs, right? Those loans to get a business started, those feelers out for new positions, or maybe start to make that big move that you always dreamed of but never in the world thought you'd make, right? Or if it's a relationship, like, you know what, I never thought I'd leave this relationship because I'd just gotten kind of comfortable in it, you know, but I'm done. I'm wasting my time and theirs, right? I'm going to go find myself somebody who is more of the same kind of like mind as me, who wants to kind of be more adventurous, or move to some faraway place, or, you know, try to go and retire and not focus on work so much, or cares more about this and this than, you know, than I once did, you know, just a whole different vibe. You're just feeling a whole different vibe, right? And this King of Wands, while I feel like you're harnessing this energy yourself, okay, this is your energy. You're fire, you're hot, you're putting out massive energy, right? You're attracting people. Let's be honest. People are drawn to you right now. And it is because you're kind of a mystery right now to a lot of people. So there's probably people that are your exes from the past. All of a sudden they're trying to be kind of reconnecting with you. You probably have friends who are all of a sudden like wanting to spend more time with you. You may have suitors in the job market and field that, maybe you tried to even get on at this company before and they wouldn't give you time of day, and now they're kind of like sending you, hey, we've got job openings, want to apply kind of situation, and you're like, what's going on, right? Like, why all of a sudden? But it's because you're almost kind of like a mystery, because you've completely done a 180, right? Your mindset's different, and because you have kind of found your self-worth, kind of found your value, you're exuding that, right? You're exuding the, I am not going to chase, I'm attracting, right? And by putting that out there, people are attracted to you. They're interested. Hey, what's different? What's new? What's going on with you? But more than your energy, I feel like this is somebody who's drawn to you because of your energy. And I feel like this is a very pivotal person. Everything about this card is just telling me that this is a key person. So if you are somebody who is open to a relationship, and that's not to say that you're not already in a relationship, but this may be something where you're just in a relationship for convenience, marriage of convenience, relationship of convenience. You're not thrilled with it. You would leave it in a minute if it was, something you could get out of. You don't see it going anywhere. It's not something that you're invested in that much, that kind of thing. Or if you're single, or if you're looking actively, all of those kinds of things. This person is going to come at you hot and heavy. I feel that this is a strong energy of somebody that just finds you absolutely riveting. Like, they are just enthralled by your personality, right? They are enthralled by your mystique. And that may be something that you're almost giggling at because of who you are, right? You're normally like, I have no mystique. I'm an open book. I'm like the same old every day, same old thing. You can, like, creature of habit, you can see me by clockwork, right? I do the same old thing, expecting a different, result every day. I'm like the definition of insanity. Come on, lady, what are you talking about? But you're not, right? All of a sudden, you've kind of started making a shift, and not just in your mind, not just daydreaming about it, but you actually are starting to like, no, I see my self-worth. I see myself living this dream. I see myself physically picking up and moving to this crazy place, or going for that crazy job, or starting that crazy business, and it's not really crazy, but to you, it's, really open-mindedness, okay? And I feel like that is giving a mystique to you, right? And this person is just absolutely so attracted to that, right? Because they're a person who really also likes to, carpe diem, right? Seize the day, do those kinds of things. They are strong. They are, powerful. They like to take advantage of every opportunity they can. They like to live life, to the fullest. And they're really intrigued by your new zest for life, especially if there's somebody who has known you for some time and they haven't seen this kind of side of you. They've never seen you to be someone who's like, you know what? I am done with people, selling me short. I'm done with people, taking me for less than what I'm worth. I'm done with people taking advantage of me. I'm done with people not taking me seriously when I say I want to do this, or this, because I can do that. I am worth that. I will do that. Hide and watch me, hold my beer and watch this kind of situation. And I think they are just like amazed by this. And I think when they come into your circle, your life, even if you are not romantically attracted to them in the way that I really see them being to you, okay? I really do see them being that way to you. But even if you're not romantically attracted to them, I think you are so drawn to their energy. I think there's such an energy combination there because you are so of similar mindsets, especially now as you are really coming into your own, that is going to be like a combustion of opportunities, right? Because they are that kind of person. They've already been living that kind of life. So they have the 411, right? On the people, the places, the things, the opportunities, the connections, all the kind of things that maybe you've never really had the chance to get out there and experience, but that are the kinds of things that you want to know to really make your daydreams from the past a reality, right? So this is where these, this Knight of Wands is the opportunity piece coming into you, right? And this could also be, a love connection too, coming in, that through this, if this isn't the one that really sparks your romantic side, they may introduce you to someone who, comes, this is your knight in shining armor coming in. But these are both fiery, hot, opportunistic, energy matching sources for you. And so I feel like you are not only going to be firing on a love, high frequency, all cylinder situation, but on a really good opportunistic one in life, whether it be job wise or opportunities to move or take on new projects, whatever it may be that you're interested in. So I think there's a lot going on there for you, Taurus. So let's see here what your challenge card is, and you're going to hear me say it till you're blue in the face if you watch my videos much. 9 times out of 10 I think we're our own worst enemy and our own biggest obstacle. But let's see what your challenge card is, because I said that yesterday and then sure as the world it wasn't us. But let's see. All right, movement forward. So I do think that you are going to have some pragmatic situations here, that the movement forward is going to be your biggest challenge, and I do think that's just a logistical thing for you. So a lot of us we do want to move forward, we get gung-ho, we are excited, but the reality of the world is what it is, right? We can't move across the world without getting the correct visas and passports and paperwork in place first. Okay, we can't leave somebody if we're living with them and been with them or married to them or have kids with them until we get certain things accomplished as far as separation of funds and households and children and whatever, right? So we can't leave a job until we potentially have either some backup income or another job lined up, those kinds of things. So I think your biggest challenge is just the logistics of it, because you are not one to, while you are very different than you have been, and you have made huge 180 type changes in the way you see life and the way you see that, going from same old to I'm going to be more carpe diem, seize the day, live life, like it's, what is the Tim McGraw song or something, live every day like you're dying or something, or like it's your last, or something like that. I don't really know all that, but like that kind of shift, while you've made that huge transition, you still are a person who's grounded in some reason, some due diligence, some logistics, some logic, and you're not going to go jump off a cliff, right? You're not going to go, oh, I'm just going to quit my job, have no backup income, try to move across the country or world rather with no passport in hand and hope they let me in and I find someone to feed me. You're not that kind of that far off the other side, right? So there's a logistical challenge, let's say, to get exactly where you want to go. And that could just be patience. Maybe that's not something that you're great at either. I'm not a very patient person, and some pieces take longer than others. Divorces, for example, finding new jobs, getting paperwork, bureaucratic red tape, those kinds of things can take longer. People don't necessarily take as long. So what I would say to you is, if that's the case, try to enjoy the people that you've met and be with while you wait for the rest of it. If you're just waiting for the red tape to clear up, if you're just waiting for the other pieces to fall into place, enjoy your newfound friends, loves, whatever in the interim, okay? Don't wish your life away to try to get to something, right? Because that time is our most precious commodity, right? We can't get that back. And it's what we have the least of, right? You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So keep that in mind. So let's get us a psychic energy card up here on the Wheel of Fortune. See what kind of psychic energy you have coming your way. But I do think that you really are turning that Wheel of Fortune to really find the destiny that you've always wanted. and maybe just been too scared to go for, maybe just haven't had the, you know, the drive, maybe just haven't had the kind of desire to really push yet. Disruption. And I think really this is more or less just kind of, I think the way that you mentally see this. I think that you see this Wheel of Fortune disruption as a positive, honestly. You are disrupting your status quo, okay? So while a lot of times we think of disruption as an automatic negative, horrible, oh, it's all disrupted, everything's bad. For you, disruption is actually a very positive thing because it's something that you needed, right? It's almost like when the universe throws a tower moment at you and you're like, I don't want a tower moment, it's awful, but it's what you needed, right? It's spirit, it's the universe saying, listen, you have to start over. You're not gonna do it yourself, okay? But you have to. If you don't, you're gonna be doing the same thing for the rest of your life, not happy, never getting to better, bigger, greater, happier things, right? So this disruption of your mindset, of your complacency, of your day-to-day normal status quo is actually a really good thing for you, right? That energy is what is mixing up the vibe. That energy, that shift in the universe that's causing you to say, I've got the itch for something more, something better, something that's, I'm not gonna settle anymore. I deserve more, I deserve better, I want more, I want better. I have more self-worth, I have so much more to give, right? That disruption is actually what is going to get you what you ultimately deserve, right? And it's got the number 16 on it. So, you know, that if that has any bearing on you, could be June 1st to the 6-1, or combined it's 7, of course. So maybe in July, big things happening for you. But let's go ahead and pull a moon card as well. And we'll pull this on the Chariot and the King of Wands, because I do think that while this King of Wands is a fiery hot person, that everything in me is telling me that, I mean, I'm just seeing that this person is absolutely about coming into you in a romantic interest, they're really captivated by you. They find you absolutely mysterious, full of mystique, exciting, and you may or may not find them that way, but you do want to move forward with them, at least in a friendship, you know, a relationship, even if it's platonic, you know, because you realize that you both have very similar interests, those kinds of things. But again, that is a challenge for you because you do have ties and hang-ups and things that you have to, you know, clear first. But let's see what we have here. Hunger. So again, the main thing there is to not get frustrated. So, you know, again, patience is going to be a virtue for you, okay? So while things may take time, while the bureaucratic red tape may take time, while the wheels of justice may turn slowly, while, you know, if you're going through a divorce or separation, while those kinds of things may take time, do not get discouraged. Do not just give up and say, forget it. This is obviously wasn't meant to happen. I obviously wasn't meant to be more. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I'm just going to stay with such and such. I'm just going to stay in this job. I'm just going to keep doing what I've always done. Forget it. Do not do that. Stay hungry, okay? No matter what, do not give up on this. There is a reason this disruption was sent to you. It's kind of like the tower moment. Like I said, this is the universe. This is, you know, this is your chance to really see through what you've always kind of envisioned, and you deserve that. So stay hungry. Like I said, enjoy what you have in front of you. These newfound people, these newfound friends, these newfound loves, these newfound connections. Enjoy them and try to stay positive, because yes, this movement forward may take some time, but do not let it get you disgruntled. Okay, do not let it get you kind of down and out where you say, I'm gonna give up, I'm gonna throw in the towel. Do not do that, okay? Push forward, stay hungry for your goals. And I think their energy will feed you and you'll feed off their energy as long as you stay with them, stick with them. They're going to be good for you, right? Because I think you've been around people who are of lower energy vibrations and you've kind of settled for that. And that's kind of what's kept you down here. But now these people, they want more along the lines of the things that you want. They're go-getters and you're a go-getter. So I think this is going to be a good combination. So let's pull a general advice card, okay? On the Knight of Wands, And I think this, again, could be somebody who is just coming in with a great opportunity for you in career, in things that you might enjoy, in financial opportunities or love opportunities. If this may be two different people that have love interest in you, and you may or may not get to choose which one you want, or it may just be a no-brainer for you. You may be one that just really turns your crank. The other one doesn't. But let's see what we got here. Oh, and the number on that was 29. So a 2 and a 9. Could be February. Could be something that is going on. I think was February 9th the supermoon. If so, watch your moon reading that I did and see if any of that harkens back for you, because if so, you are very, you're going to be very driven by some lunar pulls, some of the moon pulls, because we do have another full moon, a snow moon, I think later this month too, full moon, it's the 26th. I'll have to check on that. But anyways, and this number is the 26th, so that's even weirder. Let me double check on that, and I'll put a note in the comments if so. I'm thinking that is the snow moon, because we had a wolf moon last month. Is that right? Sounds right. Anyway, soul alignment. It's time for a radical change. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you never have before? And again, this is exactly what we're talking about here. You are making radical changes, and you're showing up for yourself, right? This is all about you. You are finally shifting into where you are making yourself the central focus. You are seizing the day for yourself, right? This is about carpe diem for you, right? You are living on your vibrational level. You are meeting people to match your vibrational level. You are making changes away from the people who really weren't serving you. And it's not that you're being negative, right? It's not that you're leaving people behind because they weren't doing anything for you. We don't mean it in that way, right? We just mean they weren't on your path forward, right? And it's not to say like, well, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. We don't mean it in that way, but I mean, that's kind of one way to look at it, right? If they're not going to help promote you, perpetuate you moving forward in your life, then you need to find the people who will be your supportive network, right? The people who push you to be better, the people who, and sometimes those are the people that test your patience the most, right? The people that really put it to you, but it's because they're pushing you, right? They push you to be the best. And I think that's exactly what we're having here. And this person may really be just that, right? This is the person that you may have a soul alignment with, and they're really going to push you to really be the best version of yourself, right? They're going to test you to say, how can you show up for yourself? What can I do to help you? And how can you help yourself, right? So this could be a really good opportunity person for you in love, in business, in all of it maybe. So let's do one last 3 cards here, pull for spirit, please. Oops, it's way too many. We got a jumper. We'll have spirit give us 3 cards here to kind of see where we are going to go forward here, and kind of what kind of energy we're going to take with us when we go forward. Okay, well, there's another one, and let's grab one more. All right. So we have the 3 of Wands, we have the Sun, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you are going to be leaving the burdens behind, which is exactly what you needed to do. These people that you are leaving behind, whether at a job, whether in a relationship, it may not have necessarily been that they were such a burden, they were dragging you down. They may very well have been, but they weren't allowing you to be the best version of yourself. And for that is somebody who's dragging you down, maybe not intentionally, but if they aren't helping you, again, they're not part of the solution, then they do become part of the problem, right? And you're leaving them, which is allowing you to be able to kind of really assess a whole world out there and decide through this disruption, through this change of ideas, through this, what do I want to do now with my life? You're able to really think about what you want, become who you want, make choices, make contacts, push through, stay hungry and focus, and choose the life that you want exactly, and you become the sun. Really, the sun is the center of the universe here as far as the focal point, what everything revolves around here. So you really do get to become your own center of your own universe. And while that can sound very much kind of, you know, egotistical or selfish, it's not, because you've probably been spending years and years of your life just doing what other people wanted you to do, or just living for others, to help others, to do things for others, to do what others expected of you, but giving up your dreams, your goals, your, you know, ambitions. And now it's okay for you to really find the people that are going to perpetuate your goals, ambitions. And when you do, you're going to be thrilled that you did. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, all that other great stuff. I hope to see you back very, very soon. And hopefully we can get some more good readings up for you in no time. Bye.